Chapter 12. Make a plan of action. Your ability to set goals and make plans for their accomplishment is the master skill of success. There is no other skill that will help you more in fulfilling your potential, in achieving everything that you are able to accomplish, than developing this skill. Some time ago, Inc. magazine reported on a study they had conducted of 50 startup companies. Half of these companies had spent several months and even more to develop complete business plans before they began operations. The other half of this group had started without detailed business plans and were simply reacting to events as they occurred in the day-to-day operations of the business. 2 to 3 years later, the researchers went back to determine the levels of success and profitability of these companies. What they found was quite interesting. The companies that had started operations with clear, written business plans, carefully thought through and detailed in every respect, were vastly more successful and profitable than those companies that had started spontaneously and had made things up as they went along. The companies that had started on the back of an envelope, where the founders were too busy to sit down and do the detailed work of strategic planning, were almost all floundering. Many of them were already bankrupt and had gone out of business. But here was the interesting discovery. When they interviewed the business founders, they asked them, "How often do you refer to your strategic plan in the day-to-day operations of your business?" In almost every case, the entrepreneurs and executives running the businesses had not looked at the strategic plan since it had been completed some months ago. Once it was done, they put it in a drawer and seldom revisited it until the following year, when they went through the strategic planning process again. The most important finding was this: the plan itself was seldom referred to, but the process of thinking through the key elements of the business was vital to their success. It is the exercise of working through and discussing every key element of the business plan that is more important than any other step at the beginning. From the first day that you begin actual business operations, the situation will change so rapidly that your plan will become obsolete in many respects within a few days or even a few hours. But it is the process of planning that is most important. Scott McNeely of Sun Microsystems says, "In a startup business, you have to throw out all assumptions every 3 weeks." There is a 6P formula for personal and business success. It is proper prior planning prevents poor performance. There are 7 advantages to proper prior planning. Here they are. First, the planning process forces you to organize your thinking and identify all the key issues that must be dealt with if you are ultimately going to be successful. Second, thinking through what you must do to accomplish your goals enables you to plan your actions carefully before you begin, thereby saving you enormous costs of time, people, and money. Third, a good plan, thoroughly discussed and evaluated, enables you to identify flaws and errors that could prove fatal to your business later on. It enables you to ask what-if questions. For example, what are the worst possible things that could happen if you were to take a particular course of action? The fourth benefit of proper prior planning is that it enables you to identify weaknesses in your plan and to make provisions to compensate for those weaknesses. Fifth, planning enables you to identify strengths and potential opportunities that you can take advantage of to increase the likelihood of success. Often, you will be unaware of your particular strengths or the opportunities that exist in the situation before you go through the planning process. The sixth benefit of planning is that it enables you to focus your time and money and concentrate all of your resources on the 1 or 2 objectives that you must achieve to make the enterprise successful. In the absence of clear focus and concentration, you will tend to spread your energies over a wide area and end up accomplishing very little. The seventh benefit of proper planning is that it will inevitably save you hours, weeks, and months of confusion, mistakes, and losses of both money and energy. In many cases, as the result of careful planning and analysis, the decision makers will realize that it is not possible to achieve a particular goal with the time or resources available, or under the existing circumstances. Sometimes the very best business deals in your career are the ones that you don't get into in the first place. In its simplest form, a plan is a list of every activity that you will have to engage in from the beginning to the end in accomplishing a specific goal or objective. To begin the process of planning, you take a sheet of paper and you make a list of everything that you can think of that you will have to do to achieve your goal. As you think of new items, add them to the list. Continually revisit your list and revise the items and steps as you get more information. This list becomes your blueprint for completing your ideal goal or result. Now, organize your list by priority and sequence. Organize the items on your list by priority by determining which tasks or activities are more important than other tasks or activities. Organize the items from number 1, the most important, all the way through to the least important. Organize your list by sequence as well. In sequencing, you determine which activities need to be done before or after other activities. Often, one task cannot be accomplished until another task has been completed. Sometimes, the accomplishment of a single task can be the bottleneck or choke point in the entire process. Often, the success of the plan will be determined by the achievement of a particular goal or objective within the plan. It may be the completion of construction on a new office, store, or factory. It may be the date of delivery of the first finished product or service. It may be the achievement of a particular level of sales by a specific date. It could be the hiring of a key person for an essential job. The planning process helps you to identify the vital elements of the plan and focus more of your time and attention on the most important tasks and activities that must be accomplished before success is possible. No plan is perfect the first time it is created. Most plans to accomplish something new will fail over and over again at the beginning. This is to be expected. Your ability to accept feedback and make corrections to your plans of activity is vital to your success. Keep asking, what's working and what's not working? Be more concerned with what's right rather than who's right. Remember the old saying, back to the drawing board. Whenever your plan doesn't work, relax, take a deep breath, and revisit your plan. What are the critical results that you must accomplish at each step of the way to achieve your final goal? How can you plan them, prioritize them, and assure that they are completed on schedule? What is your plan if things go wrong? What will you do if it takes much longer and costs much more to achieve your critical objectives on your way to the goal? What is your fallback plan? The good news is that the very act of planning improves and streamlines the entire process of goal achievement. The more often and more carefully you plan before you begin, the better you will get at the planning process overall. The better you get at planning, the more ideas and opportunities you will attract to you to plan and achieve even bigger and better things. Your ability to decide exactly what you want, to write it down, to make a plan, and then execute that plan is the key to personal effectiveness and high achievement. These are all learnable skills that you can master. In no time at all, you can transform your life or business, double your sales or profitability, achieve your goals, and fulfill your true potential.